Hello, hello. Time for the fantasy playoffs. Can you guys all hear me? I had to adjust the um audio, so I just want to make sure that I'm coming through correctly. Um so let me know if you can't hear me and then I will fix some stuff because I was unplugging and plugging in today. So I just want to make sure that I'm coming through to you. But we are starting the fantasy playoffs. OJH, good morning to you as well. CeeDog, you know what time it is. You know what time it is? It's fantasy football playoffs. So I assume if you're watching today, you at least have one team in the fantasy football playoffs. Trevor, I'm glad you can hear me. Thank you for being the one to actually listen to what I'm saying and not just try to use me for my knowledge. I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're excited to be here. Hopefully you did not have Kyle Pitts ruin your week. Hopefully he's on your team. And I will say the one league I didn't get a buy-in this year, I did have Kyle Pitts. So it actually felt pretty good because it would have been rough to not have be on buy and just see that sitting out there. So yeah. I'm glad that we're following along with that. Okay. Let's dive right on into these. So remember, I say this every week, but we have all of our rankings on our Discord channel, which you can go find there for free each week. Week 15 was just put up. We had Kyle Pitts, tight end 5. Should have had him higher, tight end 1 over Trey McBride. Everybody knows that. But I guess Kirk Cousins is something else against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But L. Jack wants to know what he marks Ted McMillan, Stephon Diggs. Well, so we don't do flex rankings, we do positional rankings. And right now, we have Diggs as our wide receiver 24 and Ted McMillan as our wide receiver 23. So we are back to back there. I personally have Diggs at 23, Ted at 24. I think you could go either way. Diggs, a little revenge game. It's their second one, though. So, is it actually a revenge game anymore? Probably for Stephon Diggs. Woody Marks, I have as my running back 19. I think I personally lean Woody Marks here just because we know he's going to get the volume. Good matchup against Arizona. Is Woody Marks playing for sure? He's in, right? I guess I haven't checked that since Friday. As long as Woody Marks is playing, it sounds like he is. As long as Woody Marks is playing, I would roll Woody Marks, and then I would go Diggs, then I'd go Tet. But it's very close between Diggs and Tet. Next one. I'm going to assume you mean Stafford or Drake May this week. Stafford. Tyler is unbelievably high on Matt Stafford this week, and he's got Stafford up at his quarterback 2. I have Stafford at 5. I have Drake May at 8. So I lean Stafford just because they're going to play Detroit. Going to be a high-scoring game. Most implied point, 54 points implied this week. So off GP agency. Thank you for the I don't even know what they call these on YouTube. But Alec Pierce or Chuba. Oh, wow. You gotta ask me such a gross question this week. Alec Pierce obviously gonna get Phillip Rivers. Woo, yeah. We got a grandpa in town. Good for old Phil coming back. Just get that health insurance. I saw somebody put out there. It saves him $60,000 a year for the next 5 years. So essentially $300,000 on top of whatever he's making to come back. Or Chuba Hubbard. So I got Chuba as my running back 37. Gets New Orleans. An all right matchup, not a great matchup. Alec Pierce gets Seattle. I'm going to go Chuba just because, it's going to be rough. It is going to be rough for Indianapolis this week. So I am going to go Chuba slightly. Not excited about either. I would look to pivot to something else other than those two if you had the option. Between the two, I would go Alec Pierce. Henderson or Hampton, Joe Burrow or Dak Prescott. Let's see. So for quarterbacks right now, Joe Burrow's my quarterback 2 on the week. He's my quarterback 2. So I am going to go Joe Burrow over Dak. Minnesota's been locked down. They've kept their last 5 quarterbacks they've faced under 200 yards. Joe Burrow's throwing the ball like 1,000 times a game. So I am going to go with Joe Burrow there. And then your other question was Henderson or Hampton. at the running back spot. Hampton scared me just because it was way more vital as far as snaps go. And I'm sure it's gonna be closer to 50-50, but playing against Kansas City, not huge against that. New England gets to play against Buffalo. Obviously, Travion Henderson's had barely 50-50 all season long. So is that even much better? But I am gonna lean Travion here. He's my running back 17 this week. Hampton's my running back 22. So I'm gonna leave Hampton there. Baseball shorts. Good morning, my guy. Glad you could be back. Need two. Hampton, Neal, Hendo, Bill. Give me Hendo. Oh, and I'm gonna say Hampton still. I'm not brave enough to go Devin Neal. So I'm gonna say Hampton and Hendo there. CeeDee, start 3, bench 2. Diggs, Devonta, AJ Brown, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Keenan Allen. Oh, you're gonna make me get gross with this. I'm going the 3 you gotta start. I'm gonna start both Eagles. I'm gonna go AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. Scary, I know. And then Wan'Dale Robinson. I got Wan'Dale Robinson as the top 17 wide receiver this week. I got Wan'Dale Robinson as my wide receiver. Well, I guess I got him at 18. He's our consensus top 17. Tyler has him as top 15 option. So that's where I'm going to go. Chase Brown, Ladd, Wan'Dale, or Michael Wilson in the flex. So I love Michael Wilson, love what he's been doing. Don't like anybody against Houston this week. So for me, that's going to be the disqualifier. Chase Brown, I think, is the answer against Baltimore. That's who I'm going to lean with here. I actually have Wan'Dale slightly ahead of Ladd, which is crazy. 1 spot ahead. But yeah, I'm going to go with Chase Brown. Trevor, Fannin or Diggs. Kittle is my tight end. Oh, I'm going to lean Diggs still. Fannin I have as a top 5 tight end this week, but I'm still going to lean Diggs either. Kittle is the right choice at your tight end spot, though. So keep him there. Suns Prod. DK, Michael Wilson, Juwan Jennings. Oh, you are making this hard on me. Did the other two have? Wow. The other two are still in on Michael Wilson. That's crazy. Oh, wow. I guess, yeah. Who does DK get this week? Miami, who's been surprisingly good against the pass. I think I'm actually going to go Michael and Juwan Jennings. I know I said I was going to stay away from Michael Wilson, but I think in this case, I know DK had a good week last week. I just don't know if I'm betting on it 2 weeks in a row in the cold. This feels like a game they're going to try and run the ball. I'm not going to bet on it with DK. Haven't been giving up a ton of big plays. Swift or Judkins. Ooh, what's going on? I'm getting a whole bunch of updates off Sleeper. I just want to make sure. Let's see. Chris Rodriguez is out this week. Oh, so that's why we asked about Bill. I was wondering where the Bill came. Quentin Johnston's out. Oh, and then he's back to questionable. What is Sleeper doing? Roma Dunze playing. So there you go. Swift or Judkins here from our guy Dylan over on YouTube. I have Judkins slightly higher. I don't love anybody going up against Cleveland, and I never know it's going to be a Manon guy or anything. All right, let's see. Pick one wide receiver, 1 running back, 1 flex. So I'm going to go at my running back position. I'm going to go RJ Harvey because I know it's guaranteed volume there. At my wide receiver position, man, we're back to Marcus Mariota, aren't we? Don't love that. But I'm still going to go Terry as my wide receiver. And then between Hampton, Hendo, and Michael Wilson, I personally lean Henderson. Probably a little more risky. So if you want Michael Wilson's, it's between Michael Wilson and Henderson. I lean Henderson personally, but I don't hate if you go the other way. So I'm going Harvey and Terry for sure. And then either Hendo or Michael Wilson between the other two is kind of the way that I'm going to go there. Luke, pick 3, Ladd, Olave, Sutton, and Wan'Dale, also Fannin or Warren. Yeah, good luck, everybody, this week. This is the one that counts. I'm almost asked to not do the live today because I just didn't want to be on here, giving bad advice if it happens. So let's see. I'm not giving bad advice. We don't do that. We don't do that here. Ladd, Olave, Sutton, or Wan'Dale. I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go Wan'Dale, Olave, and Ladd. Yeah, I'm gonna go those 3. Wandale, Olave, and Ladd is who I'm gonna go with there, Luke. Going over to Facebook with Dwayne. Devin Neal, Tyrone Tracy. Could even go Tyler Warren or Likely. Tyler Warren scares me. I mean, everything to do with the Indianapolis Colts scares me this week. However, Seattle's been bad against tight ends, so maybe you got a chance. Maybe you got a chance there, but I don't know. I think I lean Devin Neal for safety, but Tyler Warren, I feel like, is maybe the bigger, like, hey, I want to take a shot here. Rome or Keenan? I'm going to go with Rome, although I think it's close just because we don't know what we're going to go with Rome, but I think in this case, I'll lean Rome. Warren or Kittle? I'm going to go with Kittle. I just know what I'm going to get this week. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Kittle, Woody or Hendy. I have Hendy still, but Henderson, but I not 100%. A Bill Krosky Merritt fantasy football playoff, like, just miracle game, like 150 yards with 3 touchdowns would be so fitting to go along with Kyle Pitts. You've given up on him, then all of a sudden he's back. I don't think it's going to happen, but at the same time, he does get to play the Giants, so it's not a bad play, but it's definitely a desperation heave because it could really, really backfire. Starting Woody over JT would not recommend. Would not recommend. Start 3. I got destroyed by Pitts. Yeah, that's so. This is good to know, right? You're already down by whatever 40 points, so you need the upside. So you go Jefferson, Rashee Rice, Nico, Waddle, or Diggs. Rashee Rice and Nico are locked in no matter what. They're both top 10 options. I personally have Jalen Waddle higher. I understand. You have Tua in the cold. Tua hasn't been throwing the ball a ton anyways. You take the shot on Jefferson in a plus match against Dallas where personally, I like the upside of Jefferson higher. Like, I think he could hit higher. I'm not saying it will happen, but I think I roll Jefferson here and just go, they have to get him involved at some point. This is the defense you throw to. They're in a dome. They're not in the, out in the cold. I roll Jefferson just because you're down. But at the same time, when you get to Sunday and Monday night, when you get to Sunday night tonight, if you're looking at your roster and go, I only need 10 points, go Waddle. I feel like Waddle's safer in that respect. But I feel like Jefferson's due for a huge game, still one of the elite wide receivers. I understand it's JJ McCarthy, but this Dallas team can't stop anyone in the pass. So Jefferson's the guy I'd roll with if you need the points later on. Chuba, Alec Pierce, or Bill Krosky. I'm going to go Bill Krosky there between the 3 of them. I'm going to go with Bill Krosky over the other 2. Bowers or Kittle. I might start both. I'm going to lean Kittle over Bowers, but I might start both in that case. Let's see. Should I start Mariota or Brissett? Oh, wow. So you got a quarterback I would never want to start, Marcus Mariota, against the defense that you start everybody against, playing the Giants. And then you got Jacoby Brissett, who's been on fire nonstop, top 12 weeks against the defense you can't start any quarterback against. So you have both sides. I have Marcus Mariota up by 1 spot. The other 2 fellas lean Brissett. So that's kind of the way you can look at it. I don't know. If you need lots of points, I don't even know. I'm not a huge fan of either. But yeah, I think Mariota's the way I lean there. Let's see. Harold Fannin or Tyler Warren. I've actually seen this a couple places. So even if it's not your question, look right here because I'm seeing a lot of Harold Fannin, Tyler Warren. I lean Fannin this week. I think he's getting the volume. Tyler Warren's just such any Indianapolis pass catcher this week is just such an unknown that I don't really know if I want to trust any of them. So that's kind of where it comes from. Of like, I get it. He's probably pretty decent. I just don't know if I want to trust Tyler Warren. So I'm going to lean Harold Freeman, who I have as my tight end 5 on the week. Pick 3 start JT, ETN, Harvey, Marks. Also start Juwan Jennings. So I'm going Harold Fan over Juwan Johnson. And then I'm going JT for sure. I'm going to go JT, ETN, and Harvey. I like Marks this week. He was my start of the week on the pod. But I am going to go JT, ETN, and Harvey. Start 2, Joe Burrow. Oh, a little super flex action. Not a bad spot to be in. You got to go Mahomes, and you got to go Joe Burrow right now. You can't trust Lamar. I mean, it's crazy. He's got Cincinnati. And I personally don't think you can trust him. I mean, I still have a top 7 option. So, you can trust him, but what is going on? You got to hope that he gets back healthy because, they're pretty close to being out of this playoff push if he can't figure it out. Dak or Purdy this week. I don't like Dak's matchup at all. I hate it. I think it's not great, but he's been rolling, so I'm going to still go with Dak over Brock Purdy. Waddle, Chase Brown, Quinshad Judkins. Got to pick one. I lean Judkins slightly, or I lean Chase Brown slightly over Waddle. Slightly. Very close. But I do lean Chase Brown in that situation. Let's see. Little Facebook action here. Knox, Damian Pierce, or Darnell Washington. Or is that Alec Pierce? I'm going to assume Alec Pierce. Probably not Damian Pierce. It would make a lot of sense to start Damian Pierce this week. In your flex, we're getting gross with it now. I'm going to still go Alec Pierce here. It's not beautiful. Full point PPR, extra point for tight ends. Yeah, Kincaid's back. I'm not in love with Dawson Knox. I'm going to go Alec Pierce. Not an awesome spot to be. I'm going to be honest, Kyle. So I'm sorry, but I think Pierce is your better option there. Kittle versus Tennessee or Bowers versus Philly. I'm going to lean Kittle. But I don't think Bowers is a bad start. But yeah, I'm going to lean Kittle. Let's see. Isaiah Likely or Tyler Warren? This is a good question. Isaiah Likely was my stream of the week this week. Cincinnati's just getting beat up by tight ends. And I still have Tyler Warren higher. I think they're going to have to design some plays for him. So I think that's, I think I still lean Tyler Warren over Isaiah Likely, but I think it's a lot closer than it probably should be. Or feel like it should be. Roma dudes there, Jacoby Myers. Oh, I don't love this one either. You know why I don't love this one? Because I have them very close to my rankings. Where do I have Jacoby? I have Jacoby significantly. I think Jacoby's safer. So I'm going to lean Jacoby just because we don't know what's going on with Rome injury. We don't know how much he's back. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. May or Dart this week. Jackson Dart. The dude he does put up fantasy points. You can't hate the game. But I'm still going to leave Drake May. I'm still going to rely on May to go out and get it done, even though Dart's got a pretty decent matchup. How do I think JT is going to do this week? I got him as a top 6 option. I think they're going to run the ball. He's going to have 30 touches. When JT gets 30 touches, good things happen. Even if everybody in the entire stadium knows he's running, when he gets 30 touches, good things happen. I think he's going to. I think they could be down by 40 points, and then he's still going to run 30 times. Does Rico Dowdle return to glory? I'm not overly optimistic, is the way I'll put it on Rico Dowdle. Not overly optimistic. Real quick, I haven't had any time this morning to look at my lines over on Underdog. I don't know if you guys care. You guys might not care. But I do want to put a little something down. So if anybody's got any good picks over on Underdog, just let me know. Let me know some lines that you guys like, because I need to build something. I'm only going to have like 15 minutes, and I just haven't been able to look into it because I was at a wedding yesterday. Got a little busy, got a little away from me. So I would like a little win pre-Christmas. So if you guys could throw something on there, that would be awesome. Just let me know. Let me know what lines you like today. And if you are signing up, code fellas over on Underdog Fantasy. All right, I'll stop talking and get back to your questions. Michael, is this so clear, Michael? I might be. It might be. Wandell Robinson, Michael Wilson, Chris Olave. Pick 2. I'm going Wandale and Chris Olave because this Houston Texans defense scares the crap out of me, and I just want nothing to do with it. So I am going to go with Olave and Wandale Robinson, and I know it's scary to put Wandale Robinson in a playoff lineup, but dude's been pretty decent. So I am gonna go with those 2. I need a win this week. We all need a win this week. It's playoffs. We all need a win. I'm just gonna be a little crap, Nico, but we all do need a win. If you are playing, I guess if you're in like an 8-man, you only have 14 playoff. Maybe it's your last week of the regular season. But Tracy Jr., Odunze, Fannin, Slayton, or Vidal. I'm not trusting Vidal. I'd rather not trust Slayton or Tracy Jr. I'm gonna lean Odunze there. I think that's where I go, and I'd probably go Fannin second actually. Lou Lucille, what's up? I have Burrow as my quarterback 2. Stafford at 5. Don't think you go wrong, but I do lean Burrow against the Ravens. Brees Hall, Isaiah Likely, Roma Dunze, Cortland Sutton, or Tataroa McMillan. Ooh, let's see. Let's narrow this down. So I did for me right away. It's between Brees and it's between Tet. I'm gonna lean Brees, but I think Tet has a much higher ceiling. That's why I'm gonna put it. If you think you need points, if you're the underdog, I'd go Tet. If you just want consistent points, if you think, hey, as long as I get 8, great. Brees still has the upside to get you 20. I'd go Brees, but if you're like, I need some chance of getting 30 points, Tet's probably my guy. There. Hey, cheers from Mexico City. Hey, that's pretty awesome. We're going global. We're going global. Just think all of your comments are being seen all around the world. Thanks to me. And I'm just kidding. Ferguson or Goddard. I only do this to make myself laugh. This has nothing to do for you guys. This is strictly for me. Just to hear myself talk. Jake Ferguson as my tight end 10. Dallas Goddard is my way down there. I guess I'm not a fan of Goddard this week. He's at 20. Why is he so low for me? It's because it's a typo. Goddard's at my 16. So I still lean Ferguson, but it is close. Let's see. Nate at flex and running back. I have Harvey, O'Marion, Hampton, Singletary, Pollard, J-Mo, and Terry McLaurin. I'm going Harvey and McLaurin. J-Mo's close, but I'm going to lean McLaurin there against the Giants. I think J-Mo probably has higher upside, so if you really want the points, then maybe go J-Mo. But I am going to lean Harvey and Terry McLaurin. Let's see. Dak, Goff, Odunze are likely. I'm going Dak, and I'm going Odunze. Have Kyron, Corum, ETN, Judkins need 2. I know what happened last week. I'm still gonna go with Kyron there, and I'm gonna go ETN. Those are the 2 that I'm gonna play. Got both 2 as top 13 options, so that's where I'm gonna go. Kittle or Fannin Jr. Love Fannin Jr. this week. Gonna still go Kittle. Jose, good morning to you as well. Neil or Tracy, I lean Neil. Do I go Burrow over Dak? Even if I would go Burrow no matter what in that situation. Even if unless you really want the stack and you just feel like it'd be more fun, maybe. But I still am going to go Burrow. That Cincinnati-Baltimore game has the second highest implied point total, so that's something to keep in mind. They're project 5 more points in that game than the Dallas game. So I think I still lean Burrow even with the stack. The stack's more like a for you type of thing rather than like an actual thing I'd prioritize. BTJ, Watson, or K9. So here's the thing. I'm going to say BTJ because that's who I want. I do have, yeah. No, I'm gonna stick with BTJ. BTJ is what the heart says and what the what our rankings actually came out to. So I will say BTJ. Harvey or Hendo. I think Harvey's a little safer because he's gonna get the volume. I think Hendo, obviously, I think he has a higher upside, just because he could hit. But Harvey's probably who I lean just because it does feel slightly safer. Strange or Barner? Gotta go Strange. Gotta go Strange. Not a sponsor, but Green Apple Cherry Celsius is like my favorite thing in the world. Not a sponsor. Let's see here. Pick 2. Rico, Neil, Bam Knight, Corum, or Singletary. I want to trust Corum, but Dowdle scares me. I still think I lean Rico and Neil. I know what Corum did this last week. Detroit's got a very good run defense. I don't expect that to happen again. So I'm going to go Dowdle, and I am going to go with Devin Neal. AJB in the snow. Michael Wilson versus Texans. Watson versus Denver. I'm going AJB still. I know it's in the snow, but yeah. 49ers defense. Who the 49ers play again? 49ers defense. 49ers defense. For sure. For sure. Jeff on Facebook. Kyle Manungai. Or Tony Pollard. I'm trying to consult my rankings. I got they're very close. I have Manungai one spot higher. Not excited about either, but I think I do leave Manungai here. Hunter Henry or Waller for tight end, and who I bench between Ladd, McLaurin, and Diggs. I'd bench Diggs personally, and I think I go Hunter Henry over Waller. Yeah, I would go Hunter Henry over Waller. I'm just not convinced Waller plays 100% of the snaps. So that's kind of what, not that Henry's going to play, but the majority of the snaps, I guess is what I should say, not 100%. Need 2 wide receivers in the flex. Ladd, Tet, Adunze, Jaden Reed, and then RJ Harvey. 2 wide receivers and a flex, not 2 wide receivers in a flex. Let's go with, I would go Ladd and Tet and RJ Harvey. Those are the 3 I'd go with in that situation. We got about 15 minutes before we get going. Tyler will be on TikTok until probably about 11:50. So if you need that extra 20 minutes to get your questions answered, pop on over there. But again, we got 15 more minutes, so don't worry, not going anywhere. Well, we will, but in a little bit. Mariota or Knicks. I think I like Bo. No, I don't. Yeah, I like Bo. I lean Bo. For sure. How did Bo end up with? Because Tyler is not a fan of Bo this week. I lean Bo though. There. Brees, DK, or Debo. I'm gonna go Brees. I am gonna go Brees there. Dart over Herbert. I would agree. I'm gonna go Dart over Herbert. Herbert's not 100% healthy. Playing Kansas City, in Kansas City. Jackson Dart gets Washington. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jackson Dart. From an NFL perspective, I'd rather have but rather have Herbert. But from a fancy perspective, give me Jackson Dart. Let's see here. Oh, got a lot of names here. Who do we start? Flowers, Michael Wilson, Dowdle, or Gainwell. I also got Strange and Jerron Johnson. I'm gonna start Strange for your tight end. Flowers, Michael Wilson, or Dowdle, or Gainwell. Not thrilled. I just don't think you can trust Gainwell yet. I'd probably still go I feel like you got to roll with Michael Wilson in that situation there. I feel like you do. Let's see. Brandon Knight, the basketball player. I'm assuming you mean Bam Knight or Ramondre Stevenson. I guess I have Ramondre a couple spots higher. The other two fellas have Bam higher. I don't know. It feels like a coin flip in that one. So you could go either way. Last one, Strange or Theo. I lean Strange. So do the other two fellas. I'd go Strange over Theo. Brenton Strange or Dallas Goddard. Give me Brenton Strange. Judkins, JCM, Dowdle, or Tet. Pick a running back and a flex. Holy cow, there's all like 9 questions at once. Let's see. Pick a running back and a flex. We'll go Judkins and Tet. I'm gonna go May over Dak. Tracy Walker, Jalen Warren, Harvey, Wilson, Tet, Jefferson, Jennings. Wow. Well, geez. I guess we'll go Jalen Warren, Harvey, and Jefferson. There you go. Aubrey or Fairbairn. Gotta go Brandon Aubrey. One tight end, one flex, full PPR. Go lad. I'm gonna go likely. The other two fellas would say Theo Johnson, but I'm gonna go lad. Ready. JT, Dowdle, RJ, Woody. JT, RJ. I go Woody. I can see the argument for Dowdle, but I go Woody over Dowdle. This week against Arizona, as long as he's playing. Double check these plays. It's not showing me. I think he is. Oh, he's off the injury report. So yes, he's playing. So yes, go Woody. I just want to make sure. I just keep popping in my head that I missed that. For flex, choose between Charbonnet, Worthy, Odunze, or Chuba Hubbard. I am going to go with Odunze. Over back to Facebook. Allen or Stafford? Josh Allen. Josh Allen. You started the running backs in Chicago. It is cold. It's so cold. I'm in Minnesota right now. And it was -12 when I took the dog out this morning. So -12 temperature. I don't even know what the real feel was, but it was a lot colder than that. So I don't hate the starts. I mean, it is Cleveland, so it's kind of gross. I'm not a fan of any of it. I love when people say it's football weather. Who wants to get hit in weather like that? I guess whatever. Need 2 running backs. You guys, I mean, CMC's 1. I'm gonna go Blake Corum over Ramondre. I am. Don't love it, but I am gonna go Blake Corum over Ramondre. So CMC and Corum in that situation. Kyron, Corum, ETN, or Judkins need 2. ETN and Kyron. Likely or Gesicki. Give me a likely. Purdy or Dart? I lean Dart here. Start 2, Harold Fan, Rico Dowdle, Jalen Warren, Devin Neal. Jalen Warren and Rico. Jalen Warren or Rico. Andrews or Hunter Henry? I lean Hunter Henry. Samuel, I'm sorry to hear it. Injuries suck. You could have the best team, but if you had, Malik Neighbors, Lamar Jackson, whatever running backs, James Conner, a couple other guys, like you can have a great team, but if the injury bug hits you, then not much you can do. Pittman, Wilson, or Hunter Henry? Go Michael Wilson there. I just can't trust Michael Pittman. I can't trust any Colt that's not named Jonathan Taylor this week. And Jonathan Taylor's shaky, but you're starting Jonathan Taylor. You are starting Jonathan Taylor. Swift or Bill and half PPR? Ooh, man. I didn't even realize Chris Rodriguez was hurt. I'm still going to go Swift. Just because I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Dak or Hurts? I lean Hurts still. Loveland, Waller, or Schultz? I got to consult the rankings. Again, the rankings for free over on the Discord. They'll be there next year as well. So go jump over there. It's completely free. Loveland, Schultz, or Waller? I'm going to go Schultz. There. OJ, you were the first question I answered. I don't remember what your question was, but I remember that you were the first one I clicked on to answer. Olave or Jefferson? I lean Jefferson, but Olave is probably safe. Olave is much safer, but I lean Jefferson. So our 2 full PPR: Kelsey, Waller, Watson. I'm gonna go Travis Kelsey. Let's see. May, Burrow, Lamar. I'm going Burrow. All right, drop your question again because I haven't seen another question from you in a while. So drop it again and I'll answer it. Anyone ever tell you? Yeah, everybody says I kind of look like CMC. They just haven't seen my hairline under the hat, and then once if they saw that, they'd give up on the comparisons. If I tell people that, if I say it, then people look at me like I'm crazy. But if I do get that a lot on our shorts. Mariota or Brissett? I'm going Mariota slightly. Pick one: Judkins, Genty, Tet, or Michael Wilson. I decline. I don't want the question anymore, OJ. I take it back. Well, my rankings say Michael Wilson. My heart says Ashton Genty. Probably go Wilson, but I also want to say, I don't know. I think Genty's probably a little safer. Is Jalen Carter out again? Actually, that'll be the deciding factors. Jalen Carter out. Does anybody know? Yeah, you know what? I'm going Genty. Jalen Carter's out. They can't stop anyone when what's his name's out. I'm going Genty there. I am. Pick 2: Judkins, Hampton, Jennings, or Barkley. Sorry, Jack, I didn't click on it. Pick 2: Judkins, Hampton, Jennings, or Barkley. Well, you gotta go Barkley for sure. And I'm gonna go with Judkins there. I'm gonna go Judkins and Barkley. Tracy or Genty? I'd go Genty over Tracy. Devin Singletary's been cutting into that workload. I have no idea what it's gonna look like. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Genty there. Brock Purdy or Drake May? Give me Drake May. Flex Likely or Neal? I'm gonna flex Neal still. Myers or Boswell? Kickers are a coin toss. I guess give me Myers. Wandale or Bill at the flex? Give me Wandale. You got about 5 minutes, guys. So just so you're aware, if I don't get to your question in the next 5 minutes, jump over to TikTok because Ty will be on for another 15, 20 minutes over there. So I got about 5 more minutes. I need a wide receiver 2 and a flex. My options are Jefferson, Michael Wilson, Tet, Jacoby, Omarion, Hampton. I'm going to go Jefferson and Michael Wilson. I am. Singletary worth a start. I don't trust either. That's my issue. Because I don't know who's worth a start over there. Maybe Singletary is, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I would stay away if you can, but I guess you might not be able to. For my flex, Waddle, J. Moore, DeMonta Smith. I got Waddle there. Warren or Loveland? I'm still gonna go Warren, even with old man Phillip Rivers there. I'm still gonna go with Warren. Pittman, Kincaid, Shakir. I'm gonna go Shakir. I can't trust Pittman. I cannot trust these Indianapolis pass catchers. Let's see. What if he plays Tennessee and May plays Buffalo? Are you asking Purdy? Yeah, I am still going May, personally. Even with the matchup. Jaden Higgins or Luther Burden? We're trusting the rookies at playoff time. I lean Jaden Higgins. I slightly leaned Jaden Higgins there. Wandale Jefferson or Terry at the flex. I'm going Jefferson. I am going to do it. Do you think Christian Watson gets locked? I'm not trusting in Watson. He's my start of the week on the pod the last 2 weeks. I am not trusting him this week. So I got him as my wide receiver 35. So you could start him. I'm just not banking on anything crazy happening. MPJ, Rome, or Tet, Lad, Burden. Pick 2, Tet and Lad. Tet and Lad. Pick 2, Jonathan Taylor, Harvey, Kyron. So JT's the easy one. I have Kyron and RJ split up by 1. I think I lean RJ more. I'm thinking about it. Are you talking about within Washington? Bill's the top replacement there. McNichols will get the receiving work. Bill will get the rushing work. Bill will get the rushing work. All right, guys, I got about 2 minutes left. So rapid fire those questions in. I'll answer as many as I can. And again, go over to the Discord. Ty will be there. Or not. Go over to the TikTok. Ty's got about 15, 20 minutes to answer more questions over there. So head on over there and get any questions answered. Also, you can consult our rankings in our Discord, which are in there for free. But yeah, let's go win some weeks. Let's rapid fire these last couple of questions, and then let's go set some lineups. Maybe throw in some pickings over on Underdog, code fellas, and have a good week 15. All right, here we go. Need some help. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a flex, tight end. Well, you're going CMC. I go Swift over Rico personally. I think, I lied. I go Rico over Swift. I go CMC and Rico, and then Flowers, Wilson, Diggs, Wandale. I am going to go with, for 3 there, I'm going to take Wilson, I'm going to take Diggs, and I'm going to take Wandale for your 2 wide receivers and a flex. And then I'm going to go Ferg as your tight end. Kincaid or Fannin. I'm going Fannin. Strange or Warren. I personally go Strange. Have them back-to-back. Could go either way. Jake Ferguson or Travis Kelce. No PPR. I'm going to go Travis Kelce. Flex Henderson or Ted. Eileen Henderson. Do I trust Kelce today? Or let me see. Let me consult that one real quick. I still have Kelce over Strange. Close, but I still have Kelce over Strange. Pittman, Loveland, Rome. Pick 1. Rome. Christian Watson, Devin Neal, Bam Knight, or Pittman. Watson has a higher ceiling. Devin Neal, I think, is a little safer. Harvey, Jalen Warren, Hampton, Kyle Manungai. Harvey. Pollard or Singletary. This one I'm going to go Singletary. And last question. Jackson Dart, Jalen Hurts. Give me Jackson Dart. 2 running backs in a flex. Harvey, Judkins, Dowdle, Neal, Tracy, Michael Wilson. So Michael Wilson, you're starting. Harvey, you're starting. Judkins, you're starting. That's what we're going to do. All right, guys. That does it for me today. Again, go check out the TikTok if you want about 15 more minutes of questions being answered. Ty will be over there. Check out the Discord for free, which has all of our rankings. Go win week 15. Make it on to the next round. Hopefully I see you back here. Hopefully you're not out of it. Hopefully I'm not out of it either. So we will catch you again. Make sure you're subscribed to the pod so that you get all your fantasy football content this week. All right. See you later. Deuces.